Tim Pool confirmed leftist. This is from ground.news, blind spotter. And it says 53% of the news Timcast interacts with on Twitter leans left. Top 3 influencers are Vosh, Michael Malice, and Jack Posobiec.
Wow.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Indeed.
Now, to be fair, the reason why it says most of the news I interact with leans left is because it's the New York Times, it's CNN, it's Newsweek. These are mainstream news publications. They lean left. The media has a leftist bias or a liberal bias. Michael Malice is slightly leaning left with a big, right wing right there. Vosh is overwhelmingly left and Jack is overwhelmingly right. This right here is really fascinating. First of all, I'm obviously not a leftist, but I think it's fair to say that on policy issues and certain issues, I am center left, libertarian, a little, difference in opinion from Luke on some ways. But when you look at Vosh, his worldview is comprised almost exclusively of leftist media. Michael Malice's worldview is mixed between liberal and conservative media, and Jack Posobiec is a little bit of liberal media, but mostly conservative media. This makes total sense based on the way they interact with media, the things they believe, the things they say. Why does Vosh think that, the first time he came here, he said, Tim Pool, he told me to my face, you're far right. Because the only media he interacts with is left media, who make up, garbled nonsense about me. Now he says conservative. Why? Because he actually came here and interacted with me. And now, he comes here and we agreed on a bunch of stuff. In fact, when we had the Charlie Kirk and Vosh debate, I was actually a lot of the stuff he said, I was like, I agree with you. You're correct. That point is true. And these things are true. And then a lot of people who followed him were like, oh, I didn't realize, they're like based Tim and things like that. If these people just mixed up their news sources a little bit, got a healthier balance, everyone might actually calm down. The problem is New York Times, CNN, Newsweek, my top 3 sources, they lean left. So if Vosh is just watching MSNBC, CNN, reading The Nation and all that stuff, and it's overwhelmingly left media, then I don't know how you break someone out of that broken reality.
Can you put anyone's Twitter handle in there?
You want me to do you?
Yeah.
I can't.
Luke, we are change.
Luke, we are change.
It's going to be like he's a crackpot conspiracy guy. Look at that,
What?
Luke.
What?
44% left?
44% left. Bro, it's because the New York Times,
You read
Zero
the other
hedge.
news?
Zero Hedge and
Hive.
Hive. But it's because the New York Times is a left-wing publication.
Yeah.
So when you Ground News is a good job of this.
Huh.
Look at that. Thomas Massey, Glenn Greenwald, and Cernovich are your sources. And
Nice.
Glenn Greenwald is very left when it comes to the media.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you've got Cernovich, who's very balanced.
Yeah.
Interestingly, look how small the centrist is in Cernovich. Massey's got a little bit bigger one.
Interesting.
Luke, you've got a 21% moderate. Let's see. Let's go back to mine, because what was the percentage of moderate for me? 23% center. But most of it leans left. Why? The mainstream press is a liberal media machine, and this proves it. Let's jump over to Vosh. Look at this. He only interacts with 64% left wing. The New York Times, the Daily Beast, and AJC. What percent? I can't even see the percent of right. Shoe on Head, Ken Klippenstein, and Hassan the Sun, all overwhelmingly left personalities. So Vosh's worldview is inherently broken because he's not consuming media from other people. He's in an echo chamber where he hears what he wants to hear. And I mean no disrespect. I respect that he was actually being fair to a certain degree when he was talking about the RA thing. He like he said, if it was any other mixed race person complaining about racism, you would be on their side. But because it's Tim Pool, you don't like him. He is correct about that. You know what I think? Vosh, I think, is a smart guy. I think if he actually started adding in some non-left-wing news, even like he needs to mix in a little bit of conservative sources. He'd be like, well, hold on. Wait, this right-wing source says X, but the New York Times says Y. Where's the break here?